The shocking side of Joseph McCarthy, 12 controversial facts. Joseph McCarthy, a name synonymous with fear, paranoia, and political witch hunts, left an indelible mark on American history. His career, though short-lived, was riddled with actions and statements that ranged from the controversial to the downright shocking. Here are 12 of the most scandalous facts about McCarthy that expose the darker facets of his legacy. Fact number 1. McCarthy's early life and the rise of McCarthyism. Born in 1908 in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, Joseph McCarthy grew up in a modest family as the fifth of 9 children. His early life on a farm shaped his work ethic and tenacious character. After graduating from high school and completing a degree in law, McCarthy entered politics. By the early 1950s, he had become a prominent figure in American politics, known for his zealous anti-communist stance. This period, termed McCarthyism, was integral to the broader Red Scare, characterized by aggressive campaigns against perceived communists in the U.S. government and other sectors. McCarthy claimed to have a list of communists in the State Department, setting off a wave of accusations without solid evidence. His actions led to many innocent individuals being blacklisted, losing their jobs, and enduring hardships in their personal lives. The term McCarthyism has since been used to describe practices involving unfair allegations and guilt by association. Number 2. Excessive lifestyle on government expense. Senator McCarthy was known for his extravagant lifestyle, often funded by misappropriated government resources. His penchant for lavish parties, expensive suits, and heavy drinking was well known in Washington circles. This lifestyle was maintained partially through funds allocated for official purposes, leading to criticism and controversy. McCarthy's use of public money for personal enjoyment raised ethical questions and contributed to his image as a corrupt and unprincipled politician. His disregard for public funds was indicative of his broader attitude towards power and responsibility. Number 3. The downfall at the Army McCarthy hearings. The Army McCarthy hearings of 1954 marked the beginning of McCarthy's downfall. These hearings were convened to investigate McCarthy's claims of communist infiltration in the U.S. Army. However, they turned into a spectacle of McCarthy's bullying tactics and baseless allegations. His aggressive and disrespectful behavior, particularly towards Army representatives and legal counsel, was televised and witnessed by millions of Americans. The famous statement by the Army's attorney, Joseph Welch, "Have you no sense of decency, sir, at long last?" became a turning point. Following these hearings, McCarthy's popularity plummeted, and he was increasingly seen as a demagogue who had exploited public fears for his gain. Number 4. McCarthy's struggle with alcoholism. Senator Joseph McCarthy's alcoholism was a significant aspect of his life, impacting both his health and political career. Known for his excessive drinking, McCarthy's alcohol dependence became more evident as his career progressed. His heavy drinking led to erratic and aggressive behavior, often manifesting during his public appearances and Senate hearings. It not only impaired his judgment but also contributed to his reputation for being volatile and unpredictable. The effect of alcoholism on his physical health was profound, leading to his deteriorating condition and eventual death from hepatitis, possibly exacerbated by alcoholism, on May 2, 1957. Number 5. The Lavender Scare and homophobia. Senator Joseph McCarthy, notorious for his anti-communist rhetoric, also played a significant role in fueling the Lavender Scare, targeting homosexual individuals in government positions. Alongside his close aide, Roy Cohn, McCarthy spearheaded efforts to root out individuals suspected of being homosexual under the premise that they were security risks susceptible to Soviet blackmail. His campaigns led to the dismissal of numerous government employees based on their sexual orientation, a practice that McCarthy defended vehemently. He is quoted as saying, "If you want to be against McCarthy, boys, you've got to be either a communist or a cocksucker." This remark exemplifies the homophobic sentiment McCarthy and his allies propagated, contributing to an atmosphere of fear and discrimination. The Lavender Scare, a parallel to the Red Scare, marked a troubling chapter in American history, characterized by widespread violations of civil liberties and unjust persecution based on sexual orientation. Number 6. Controversy over defending Nazi war criminals. In a highly contentious move, Senator McCarthy defended accused Nazi war criminals post-World War II. He questioned the fairness and legitimacy of the Nuremberg trials, arguing that some of the accused had been subjected to injustice. His stance was controversial and drew widespread criticism, as it appeared to be sympathetic towards individuals accused of heinous war crimes. This aspect of McCarthy's career added another layer to his already complex and often negative public image, portraying him as a figure willing to challenge prevailing moral and legal judgments of the international community. Number 7. McCarthy and Trump Echoes of Divisive Politics. Joseph McCarthy's political style, characterized by fear-mongering and a masterful manipulation of the media, finds echoes in the presidency of Donald Trump. Both figures employed a strategy of aggressive public accusation and sensationalism to dominate political discourse. For instance, McCarthy's unsubstantiated claim of a list of communists in the government mirrors Trump's frequent assertions of election fraud without concrete evidence. Moreover, both utilized their position to incite public fear for political gain. McCarthy with the Red Scare and Trump with immigration and national security issues. Their ability to sway public opinion through polarizing statements and their penchant for targeting political adversaries with baseless claims draw a striking parallel between their political tactics and impact. Number 8. The McCarthy-Kennedy Connection. Joseph McCarthy's relationship with the Kennedy family was intricate and multifaceted. He shared a close friendship with Patriarch Joseph Kennedy Sr., who admired McCarthy's anti-communist stance. However, this relationship put McCarthy at odds with other members of the Kennedy family, particularly John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy, who held differing views on McCarthy's tactics and ideology. This dichotomy within the Kennedy family's interactions with McCarthy underscores the complex nature of political alliances and conflicts during the era of McCarthyism. Number 9. Targeting high-profile figures. Joseph McCarthy's anti-communist crusade infamously targeted several high-profile figures, bringing him both notoriety and criticism. Among those accused was General George C. Marshall, former U.S. Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense, known for the Marshall Plan. McCarthy also targeted Owen Lattimore, a prominent scholar on Asian affairs, labeling him a top Soviet spy. He accused Dorothy Kenyon, a respected lawyer and judge, and Philip Jessup, a diplomat and scholar, of communist sympathies. These allegations, often lacking credible evidence, not only sowed fear and paranoia but also had dire consequences for the careers and lives of those targeted, contributing to the infamous legacy of McCarthyism. Number 10. The Senate's rebuke of McCarthy. In a pivotal moment in American history, Senator Joseph McCarthy was censured by the U.S. Senate in December 1954, led by Senator Ralph Flanders. This rare rebuke, passed with a significant majority of 67 to 22 votes, came after McCarthy's relentless pursuit of alleged communists. Notably, Senator Margaret Chase Smith, along with 6 other Republican senators, earlier denounced McCarthy's tactics in her Declaration of Conscience. The censure motion was supported by Senator Millard Tydings, who had previously chaired a subcommittee investigating McCarthy's claims and found them baseless. This condemnation marked a turning point in McCarthy's career, symbolizing the Senate's disapproval of his methods, which were deemed detrimental to senatorial traditions and American values. Number 11. Mastering media manipulation. Throughout his career, Joseph McCarthy demonstrated a canny ability to manipulate the media to his advantage. He skillfully used press conferences, sensational public statements, and the emerging medium of television to spread his anti-communist rhetoric. McCarthy was known for his theatrics and dramatic flair, often turning Senate committee hearings into high-profile, headline-grabbing events. His adept use of media not only heightened his profile but also amplified the climate of fear and suspicion that characterized the era. This manipulation of media dynamics played a crucial role in his rise to power and helped to sustain his influence over public opinion during the height of his career. Number 12. McCarthy's early demise and enduring impact. Joseph McCarthy's death on May 2, 1957, at the age of 48, marked an abrupt end to a tumultuous career. His health had been in decline, largely attributed to chronic alcoholism, which contributed to his liver failure. McCarthy's death did not immediately erase the climate of suspicion and fear he had fostered. His legacy persisted in American politics and culture. The term McCarthyism has since become synonymous with baseless accusations, reckless charges, and the suppression of dissent. His tactics and the paranoia they engendered have been studied and debated as examples of the dangers of demagoguery and the abuse of political power. McCarthy's impact on American political discourse and the lessons drawn from his actions continue to resonate in discussions about civil liberties and political integrity.